Good morning, church. It is sometime a little bit after 7 in the morning, and it's around a balmy 30-something degrees here in Arthur, North Dakota. And so I'm on location, I guess, by some field. Probably you all know where I am. I don't know exactly where I am. I'm on a country road somewhere and wanting to share with you the sunrise this morning. Our scripture comes from Mark chapter 4, and it is a story that you are probably very familiar with. And it comes from when Jesus and his disciples are on a boat and he calms the storm. Later that day, when evening came, Jesus said to them, "Let's cross over to the other side of the lake." They left the crowd and took him in the boat, just as he was. Other boats followed along. Gale force winds arose and waves crashed against the boat, so that the boat was swamped. But Jesus was in the rear of the boat, sleeping on a pillow. They woke him up and said, "Teacher, don't you care that we are drowning?" He got up and gave orders to the wind, and he said to the lake, "Silence! Be still." The wind settled down, and there was a great calm. Jesus asked them, "Why are you frightened? Don't you have faith yet?" Overcome with awe, they said to each other, "Who then is this? Even the wind and the sea obey him." Our topic for today from our sermon series, Reckless Love, is how big is your wake? So for those of us, I should just ask this question first, I guess. How many of you enjoy going to the lake and riding in a boat? I would think very many of you like to do that. And in some places that are big enough to have a marina, they have signs about slowing down before you get to the marina so that you don't cause a big wake. And of course, the reason that they do that is because it can ruin other boats, you can ruin the dock, you can whatever. I'm not a boat captain, so I'm not sure all of the different things that can happen if you don't come in slowly. But at this marina that the author was talking about, it actually had a sign that said, "You are responsible for your own wake." And so he gives us this metaphorical imagery about being responsible for our own wake. And I think that it is such a good example. I am a visionary learner, and seeing how large wakes can cause damage, it makes sense. So it's very true of how we interact with others. And so how big is your wake? Just like boats that come into the marina, they're too fast, they can cause damage, it can cause a chain reaction, and this happens. This happens to us as well when we say or do things and they're not coming from a place of love. And rather than allow this fear and this anger, especially in our circumstances right now, to take over and to hurt the ones that we love, let's think about how big our wake is. I also like to think about this in the format of a bull in a china shop. And I mean, I don't even know how long that cliche has been around, but you literally come into these conversations and you come into these interactions not intentionally trying to hurt someone, and yet sometimes it happens. I can remember one instance, and I was coming into a meeting, and I was very not prepared for the meeting, and I was a little bit frazzled and underprepared, and I was heading to another meeting. And so my wake, I came in with a big wake into that room, and I hurt some people's feelings. And still to this day, I think about that and I reflect on it. Now, of course, we know that we need to ask for forgiveness, because I came in like a bull in a china shop, and my wake was way too big, and I hurt people, and I felt bad. I felt bad. If there's any interaction that I could redo, that was one in my books, because it really caused some true damage. So, today, this morning, well, whenever you watch this, ask yourself, how big is your wake? Are we allowing this fear of our time right now? Are we allowing this anger? Are we allowing our circumstances to get us into this frenzy to cause this wake that will impact others, impact the people that we love, impact people around us? Or are we being responsible boat captains? And I'm going to read from the book about responsible boat captains. Respectful boat captains are mindful of others on the water and understand what is sometimes called wake responsibility. They think about the distance of their boat from the shore, a dock, or other watercraft. They keep their music down and their eyes alert to others. They notice their speed and slow it down when it serves others. Much of the wake responsibility is about avoiding harm to the people around you. Wake management in our lives requires loving neighbor as self, with a consistent and conscious effort to avoid harming others at all costs. How big is your wake? Do you hear the geese? Oh my gosh, it's so cool. How big is your wake? Looking at our scripture, the disciples allowed their wake to get out of control. Again, let me just go back very quickly to the scripture. It says, he was in the stern, so Jesus was in the stern, asleep on the cushion, and they woke him up and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" He woke up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." He said to them, "Why are you afraid? Have you still no faith?" Jesus told them. And so I ask for you as well today to think about how big your wake is, and to not ruffle the feathers of Jesus. Trust in him. Trust in him. Do not be afraid. Have you still no faith? Allow your faith to overcome your fear. Let's pray. Creator God, this morning as we bask in the awesomeness of all that you have created, the beautiful sunrise, the land that you have given us, allow it and all of the blessings that you have given us to calm our spirits, to calm our souls. Help us to not cause this wake of damage to others, and rather share with others our peace and our hope and our love. Lord, because we know that the peace and the hope and the love that we share with others can be a chain reaction. And so, again, help us to know that you are with us. Help us to live in this moment, not allowing our fear to be greater than our faith, but our faith to overcome all that we are facing. We ask this in your holy and precious name. Amen. So join me tomorrow and we'll see where we'll be on location next. If you have an idea or someplace that sounds fun, let me know, but we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.